Hey DC Collectors, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we are going back in time to 1995 and checking out the WildCATS The Grifter versus Daemonite 2-pack. Now when this first came out, this was not DC Comics related. This was Jim Lee's Wildstorm company underneath Image Comics. But as we know, in 1998, and the deal really didn't go through until January of 1999, Jim Lee sold the company to DC Comics. All the characters went to the DC universe. So I thought it was pretty cool to go back and just check out some of these figures from 1995, just because the sculpting, the articulation, everything is different. Everything has that 1995 flair to it. I've never actually played with any of these toys, so I kind of wanted to go in and see what the fuss was all about with the Wildcat stuff. So without further ado, let's review them. As you can see, the front of the box is pretty cool. It's got a nice window package here. Also, this says Collector's Edition number 11,064. So I didn't know this was a Collector's Edition. I guess because it's a 2-pack. It's not the single carded versions. I guess that's why. And it does look like it comes with maybe a comic book in the back. We'll have to break that open and see. But you can see what the front of the package looks like. The top, wow, I guess somebody owned this. I can't remember where I got this. Maybe a flea market, eBay, I'm not sure, but that sticker's been on there for a while. Sides of the box are pretty much the same, and you can see it's got an assortment number, stock number, all of that kind of cool stuff on the side. Back of the packaging also looks pretty cool with a nice little bio about the Grifter and the Daemonite, and also, you know, a few other figures to buy in this wave. Bottom of the box, as you can see, just looks like this. So with the look at the packaging out of the way, let's go ahead and break this guy open and let's play. Wow, these things are screwed in. Look at that. There's actually a Phillips head screwdriver that's going to be required to get these things out. I was looking at how these things were in there. I don't know if they're attached to the base or not. That is weird. I've never encountered screws in a toy before. So, let's go see how we can get this guy out. Okay, so this has turned into one of the longest unboxings I've ever had to do. I got this plate off. Not exactly sure what this piece does. Looks like it maybe you can slide it into something like, okay, so maybe this goes on the back. Yes. So maybe it attaches like this, and maybe you can, it's hard to see right here, maybe you can somehow attach this back piece to a wall or something. Nope, I have to turn it this way, which makes no sense whatsoever. You can see there's a little hinge, a little peg here. It's the only way it will go in. I don't know what the purpose of this is for, other than to, you know, this back piece sliding onto a wall or something. I don't know, but here's the funny part. Now I have to unscrew the figures off of the base. So the figures are actually, even these rocks are actually screwed onto this cool base. But you can see it's got Jim Lee's signature on it. So that is cool, but we want to review the figures, so now I have to go and unscrew the figures. So back to work. Now that we are done with this, let's take a look at all the cool stuff that we get with it. First up, we get this cool Daemonite card here. Back of the card just features a little bit about this. And yeah, that's pretty cool artwork. We get another cool Grifter card here, who is being more and more prominently shown in the DC Comics universe, which is a good thing because that is a cool character design. He comes with a couple of cool weapons here. Of course, you know, 90s comics always had really crazy looking guns. You can see that is a crazy looking gun. This is a crazy looking gun, more like, you know, looks like a nail gun or something. Kind of weird, has like, looks like maybe a hose or some attachment would have gone right there. I don't know, but there's no hose in the package. And a sci-fi handgun, which is another pretty cool thing. Hey, at least we got guns with this. You know, now we don't even get guns with the DC Multiverse figures. And we get this exclusive WildCATS Covert Action Team comic, Grifter versus Daemonite. Let's look on the inside of this thing. Yeah, pretty cool, I guess. Art Thibert and Terry Shoemaker on the cover of this thing. Let's see, Terry Shoemaker did the artwork on the inside. But I did figure out something. So with this background piece, we'll move the figures out of the way. You can see these slots here are for sliding this comic right here to make a cool backdrop for the figures. Problem is, this comic is only like 3 or 4 pages long, so it's not very thick. So I doubt that thing's going to stand the test of time just holding up. So, you know, I may put a backing board over it just to give it a little stability there. Again, taking a look at the base, you know, it got some rock cement pieces here, nice Jim Lee replica signature, and the back piece here that you can slide the comic in, and a place for lots and lots of screws to screw the figures in and to keep this boulder connected. You can see it's got a screw right here. I did not remove it. First up, we're going to check out the Daemonite figure. Look at that guy. I mean, this is an awesome sculpt. Don't get me wrong. If it had today's articulation, this thing would be just dynamite. I love this sculpt. Just the look of this figure. Look at that. That is just awesome. You know, give it to Jim Lee. Dude could design and draw the crap out of some action heroes and villains. Figure, you know, it can rotate at the arm. That's about it. The head does not move. These little bitty arms move? Yes. Okay, so these little arms can move up and down. He has some articulation at the waist. Not very much. It won't actually, okay, yeah. It does turn all the way around. You're just kind of stuck. Since it's so articulated, I mean sculpted in such a way, you know, the articulation is kind of lame here. You're not going to get much use out of that articulation, I don't think, just because of the design of the figure. If they would have gone with a more traditional look and not just this posed sculpt, I think it would have been pretty nice. As it is, you know, he's fairly easy to stand once you get him in a certain spot. Next up is Grifter. Just look at that bad Grifter right there. Again, this is the epitome of 90s toys. Just the single rotation at the arm. Head can turn this way and that, but the collar keeps him from going all the way around. He can turn at the waist, and of course, he can kick real high. And this one turns to the tail of the coat is made out of some, you know, that if you've ever played with like Total Justice figures, same material, same plastic material. This is Playmates. You know, I wonder if these fit in with like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That would be nice to just to see, but I don't have any Ninja Turtles to see. Let's grab a gun, see how the gun fits in his hands. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot you because I'm Grifter. Actually, that looks more like a gun hand. Pull it out of there and give it to him in this hand. So just to give you some scale perspective on this guy, here is a DC Universe Classics Superman that I brought in just because he's laying around over here. So you can kind of get an idea of how tall he is. Let's see, what else do I have? Spin Master Aquaman just laying around over here. Have this multiverse Deathstroke standing behind him. So you get a kind of a good look at how these guys are scale compared to other DC toy properties. As you can tell, they're kind of in that, I would say, 5-inch action figure range, sort of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were and He-Man figures. So that's the kind of scale you're going to get with these figures. So here is the Playmates Grifter and Daemonite Collectors Set. Again, cool concept. Kind of tough for kids, especially when you have to break out the screwdrivers just to get the figures off of the base. I don't think I will screw these things down on the shelf just because, you know, I want to pull these out, maybe comparing to some other ones. I do have other single-carded WildCATS figures laying around that will be in a video maybe in a couple months or so. I don't know. Kind of wanted to put those together. All in all, an interesting, you know, kind of artifact from the 90s. Just to see how this box was put together, all the stuff you get with it, and just the fact that it was screwed in like that. Kind of weird, kind of cool. I don't know. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff because I love 90s toys, 80s toys, all of that. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you have these figures. Did you buy them brand new back in '95, or did you just get them recently? I just got this one probably in the last year. just to review. I had a feeling that Grifter might be coming up in the DC Multiverse line, so I wanted to have this as kind of a comparison to the DC Multiverse figure, which hopefully is coming soon, and a review will be up for that fairly soon. Leave a comment below. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I sure would appreciate it. If you will, share this content, leave a comment, let me know if you're liking it. I would appreciate that. You can find me on social media at DCCollectors on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Check me out at DCCollectors.com each and every day for the latest DC Comics toy news. And that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative. God bless.